Electoral system. These systems are crucial in determining the outcome of elections, whether they are political, like elections for government official, or non-political, like selecting board members for a non-profit organization. While the purpose of an electoral system is to ensure that the process of selecting representatives or making decisions reflects the will of the voters. On the other hand, let's talk about the importance. The choice of an electoral system can significantly impact political dynamics, representation, and voter engagement. Three types of electoral system. Plurality system. Electoral process in which the candidate who pulls more votes than any other candidate is elected. It is distinguished from the majority system, in which to win a candidate must receive more votes than all other candidates combined. Advantages of plurality system. Simplicity is a key advantage. It's easy for voters to understand and for candidates to campaign in. While the disadvantages of plurality system is that plurality system can lead to wasted votes. A candidate can win without securing a majority. These disadvantages can lead to questions about fairness, representation, and voter trust in the electoral process. Next, majority system is an electoral system in which the winner of an election is the candidate that received more than half of the vote cast. In the event that no candidate wins an outright majority, a runoff election is held between the top two vote getters. For this reason, majority systems are sometimes referred to a two-round systems. The advantages of majority system. A candidate must win a majority of the vote to win. This ensures that the winner has more support than any other candidate, meaning candidate must receive more than half of the total votes cast in an election. This requirement ensures that the elected individual has the support of a significant portion of the electorate, as opposed to simply having the most votes among a larger field of candidates. While the disadvantages of majority is that it can lead to more than one round of voting. It might take longer to elect someone. Reason: if a majority is not achieved by first preference vote, the weakest candidate are eliminated, and that candidate votes are redistributed to their candidate according to the second preference on the ballot. That's why the process repeated until one candidate has collected majority vote. Lastly, proportional representation. This system aims to create a political environment that reflects the diverse views and preferences of the electorate, making the democratic process more inclusive and representative. Advantages of proportional representation. Fairly represents all groups in society. These advantages allows for a wider range of political parties to participate, which can lead to a more accurate representation of the diverse views and interests within society. Means that smaller groups or minority opinion have a better chance of being represented in government. Encourages voter turnout and participation. This advantage help voters more motivated to participate in election, which can lead to higher voter turnout, as people feel that their votes matter and that they have more options that align within their beliefs. While the disadvantage of proportional representation is that may lead to coalition governments, this can make it difficult to pass legislation because multiple parties must work together to form a governing body, can lead to instability as different party agendas may conflict, making it difficult to govern effectively. Difficult to implement in a large multi-party system. Disadvantages may lead to halt where little to no progress is made on important issues. And now, let's talk about COMELEC and its mandate. COMELEC, or Commission on Elections, is the principal government agency tasked by the Constitution to enforce and administer all laws and regulations concerning the conduct of regular and special elections. It is a body that is designed to be constitutionally independent from the executive, legislative, and judicial branches of government to ensure the conduct of free, fair, and honest elections. Its mandate: conduct elections, organize and oversees all national and local elections in the Philippines. These mandates entails the organization and supervision of elections at both national and local levels. It includes planning the logistics of the election process, such as setting up polling places, training election officers, and ensuring that the voting process runs smoothly and fairly. Enforce election laws. Ensure fair and honest elections by investigating and prosecuting election officers. This law ensuring that all election related activities comply with established laws and regulations. The responsible authorities investigate any alleged violence and prosecute offenders to maintain the integrity of the electoral process. Register voters. Manage the list of registered voters and processes voter registration applications. This is the process of maintaining an accurate and up-to-date list of eligible voters. It involves processing applications for voter registration, ensuring that individuals meet the necessary criteria to vote, and providing access to the registration process to encourage participation. And lastly, educate voters. Conduct voter education campaigns to promote voter awareness and participation. Voter education campaigns are crucial for informing citizens about the electoral process, their rights, and the importance of voting. These campaigns aim to raise awareness about how to register, how to vote, and the significance of participating in elections to shape their government and community. The last topic is local government election process. First, nomination. Candidates file their certificates of candidacy with COMELEC. This is the initial stage where individuals interested in running for office formally declare their candidacy. They submit their certificates of candidacy to the Commission on Election, or COMELEC, in the Philippines. This process ensures that the candidates meet the required qualification and are officially recognized to participate in the elections. Next, campaign. Candidates run campaigns to gain public support. Once candidates are nominated, they engage in campaigns to garner support from public. This involves various activities such as release debate, advertisement, and community outreach. The goal is to inform voters about their platforms, policies, and vision for governance, aiming to persuade as many people as possible to vote for them. Next, voting. Registered voters cast their ballots for their choosing candidates. On election day, registered voters go to polling places to cast their votes for their preferred candidates. This process is crucial as it reflects the will of the people. Voters typically use ballots to select their choices, and the voting process is designed to be free, fair, and confidential. Next, counting and canvassing. Votes are counted and tallied, and winners are declared. After voting concludes, the ballots are collected and the counting process begins. Elections officials tally the votes, ensuring accuracy and transparency. Canvassing involves compiling the results from different polling places to determine the overall outcome of the elections. This is critical phase where the integrity of the elections is upheld. And lastly, inauguration. Elected officials are sworn in and assume their respective position. Once the results are verified and winners are declared, elected officials are formally sworn into office during an inauguration ceremony. This event marks the beginning of their term, where they assume their responsibilities and begin to implement their policies and programs.